Good morning, traders. It's 5:15 here on Thursday, March 26th. Today is the day the unemployment numbers are going to be released here in the United States at about 8:30. So we have 3 hours until those numbers come out. I think they're going to be really, really bad, just being blunt. California is already reporting at least 1 million people filing for unemployment over the last week. So I think the numbers are going to be rough. But that doesn't mean we can't make money before the news comes out. So here this morning, I'm buying EurUsd. This is my 4th trade of the week. First, I traded GJ short Monday for a quick scalp. We made money there. Then I traded ECAD long, and then yesterday GU long. And now again, like I said, today I'm long EurUsd. Now, I'm not going to marry this idea. With that news coming in, I want to make sure that I'm blue on this trade. So even if I have to pull it for a small win because I see something that I don't like, I'm going to get out of it quick just to put the money in the bag, and we'll see how the news actually shakes up the whole market today. But as of right now, I'm up between the two positions. My first entry about 6-7 pips, second entry sitting at about break even right now. You can see the P&L above my head. But I want to show you here on the 15-minute why I like the long bias. So if you see from last night, basically from yesterday afternoon, from about 12 o'clock New York time on, we've been moving higher. So the push up to the 800, this blue line here last night, told me that if we could break and hold the 800, that long bias might continue into today. With the TDI in the buy zone, you have that confirmation that you're looking for to say, yeah, this is actually more likely than not coming higher today. So then we get the breakout for a new high of day at 4 o'clock. I wasn't awake for that yet. I was up at about like 4:15, 4:30. So as that breakout continued to hold the 8 EMA, I know that when I come back at 5 o'clock this evening in 12 hours and I look at this, if this just holds the 8 EMA, I'm going to look at that as an opportunity because that's an A1 entry signal, the same signal that we call our bread and butter entry signal. So seeing that A1 on the 15-minute, seeing that if we take a look at the 1 hour TDI in the buy zone, looks like it's coming up towards the 800 EMA here, right? We broke through the 200 last night, which is the same thing as the 15-minute 800. So it all makes sense, right? It's all correlated. So seeing the 1 hour long biased helps me with the idea that I want to see this come higher more than see it come lower today. So you're kind of trading in the direction of trend, which means that even if you're a little bit off in the timing, you're still going to be able to make money more times than not. I keep saying that because I want you to focus on the probabilities of these trades. Now, let's take a look at the 1 minute. So here was that formation that set the new high a day. From there, it's been kind of sideways. You can see we're moving higher, respecting the idea of making higher lows, but sideways. So I've been hesitant to this trade, but really what's kept me in, honestly, right before I started this video, I was like, no, I need to leave it alone because look at the TDI here. See how this is sitting above the 50 value? I know that if this holds here on the 1 minute chart, it will pull this higher, and I'll look at it later in the day and be like, oh, TDI held the buy zone, this should go higher. So as this holds, I'm going to really do what I try to preach and give this time to breathe, which we try to tell each other candle by candle, CXC, right? Take it candle by candle. Because like I said, if at the end of the day I come back and just see this hold the 8 EMA, candle by candle, there is no exit signal. So I want to give it time. Each 15-minute candle is when I will judge it. So like I said, it's just a few minutes after now, 5:15, it's 5:18. I'm up in the first position about 5 pips, second position down about 2 pips. Now you can see down about 1 pip. So it's changing. We're sitting at about break even. We're going to give it more time, but if I decide to do anything like take it because I don't like what it's doing on the 1 minute or something like that, I will come back on and update you guys right away. But as you can see here, when I pull up the 1 minute next to it, look, we're holding the 50 EMA really well on the 1 minute. Been holding the 50 EMA really well since about 4:30, right? And from my entry, we haven't been in any drawdown, so I just need to be patient. The TDI on the 1 minute looks good here, and now we're getting push up. Look, now back into profit on both positions. So I'll give it more time, at least 15 more minutes is what I'm thinking to 5:30, and then we'll adjust from there. We have some GBP news coming out. If you look at Forex Factory, there is some GBP news coming out here. Euro news at 5 o'clock, then GBP news at 8 o'clock. So that'll come out first before the unemployment claims. But look here, 1.6 million is what they're forecasting. It's going to be rough. So we want to make sure that we're not trading any US dollar pairs when this news comes out. Honestly, I don't want to be in any trades when this comes out. I think the whole market's going to get shook. So that's my forecast. We'll see if I'm right or not. I won't be trading into it. Like I said, I'll be done with this trade by then. So if you have any questions, please drop a comment down below. You know I'm here to help you guys in any way that I can. I hope the breakdown here from the 15 minute showing you the 1 hour as well and then taking it to the 1 minute shows you how to use all the time frames, but it's always behind the same system. Like if I didn't know what an A1 entry is, I wouldn't be able to go to the 1 minute and feel confident to take the trade. So you have to have a system, but if the system is tested and proven profitable, even during crazy volatility periods like this, you're still going to be able to make money. This is more likely than not going to be my 4th winner of the week. The outcome doesn't matter. But still, to see that type of consistency behind basically the same signal every day, all A1 entries, all week, can't really fake that, you know what I mean? So I'll be back in a little bit. I'll keep you guys posted on the trade. Thank you for being here as always. I appreciate your time very, very much. Okay, guys, it's 6:23. So as you can see, I'm out of the trades. Now, I want to show you the P&L as well. All 4 positions that I took today on EurUSD, all were closed in profit, as you can see. The total gain was only about 0.8%, so not exactly what I would have liked to see. However, I think in a situation like this, blue is better than red. And at this point in my trading career, I have to trust my gut to some extent. Now, I know that means you can be like going off rules and trusting feeling, but that's not what I'm saying to do all the time. But I feel like because I'm looking at other factors that are coming into play here today, my previous experience in the market tells me in a situation like this, like I said, in a day like today, it's better to be blue rather than red. So no, it's not a big gainer. It's only about 1%. However, it's better than losing money on a day where we have possibly the worst unemployment news in my entire life coming out on the US dollar. Why would I want to be trading a US dollar pair into that monumental news event, which I think is today? So in 2 hours, we'll see how the news release comes out, but this trade is finished. I want to show you again, it started with the breakout for a new high of day, and I was just looking for it to hold the 8 EMA. And it's interesting because this really didn't move much. From that breakout, it only moved about 25 pips. If you look at USD CAD, which would be like potentially an inverse of EurUSD, this thing really moved. I mean, 72 pips from the breakout there. Now, some of the people were trading this, some of the people were in EurUSD with me, some of the people were in both. When I say some of the people, I mean in our VIP chat. But this pair just didn't have the gas. And when I see something stalling like this, it's better for me to just say, take the blue, news is coming in, let's just see what happens and then trade after the news if we can, but there's no reason to run that risk of trading into the high impact news event. If you look at the 1 minute, you see how the TDI still is holding the buy zone, like I said, which is solid. It tells me that that still could come higher. Look, it's pushing up a little bit here, right? I actually added in, the reason I have 4 entries here on the P&L, I added in here at the 50, and then I pulled both of those positions quickly. You see, one of them was 8 minutes. Pulled them both right here. So I added, I waited, and then I pulled them both here as it retested this high. Just something in my gut told me, I don't like this anymore. It's just not moving. Let's just find a better trade. So I'm blue. And that's the focus of the day. It's like, let's just move on to the next one good trade. From the jump, this wasn't a great setup, but because I added in, it ended up being a nice little winner. And I think we'll watch to see into the 8 o'clock, 8:30 hour, does this come lower? And then does news shoot it higher or lower? Maybe news shoots it up because the news is bad for the US dollar, with the unemployment numbers being so bad. Dollar comes lower, EurUSD goes up. Maybe that's the way it plays out. Maybe it's not. That's why I don't trade news. It's hard to tell because it's never very consistent on how it reacts. But like I said, the focus is that we're blue. So we'll go on to the next one good trade. If I find anything else today, I will make another video for you guys. Let's see how these unemployment numbers come out. If we find any trades, like I said, after the news, I'll also make sure we put that to a video as well. But I hope this trade here, you'll call it a scalp, you'll call it whatever it is. I call it managing the trade in the moment, just reacting to what the market is telling me. This wasn't breaking out to the extent that I wanted it to. It made more sense to just get myself out of the trade. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that there's not too many questions about this trade. This is, again, that A1 entry, the 4th one of the week, and my 4th winner of the week. So if you didn't see any of the other winning trades so far, just go back in the playlist here below, and you can check all that out. So any questions, drop the comments down below. I appreciate the time very much, everybody, and I'll see you in the next trade.